I got to tell you, that is one hell of an opening number. It's too bad. I tell you, every time I always talk about that comedy shows where, oh my God, Scruffy, go Jets. What's up? Hi, Cammy. So we'll talk again in a second. Oh, the Jets, they're making me happy, whereas the Mets are making me sad. They got swept by the Braves this week. It's so awful.
Oh,
They're winning
no.
now, and the Braves lost yesterday is a glimmer of hope. But the Jets is so exciting. Thank God there's something. Anyway, I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. When you're in a comedy club, especially on the road, and they have all this great music, and it's like ba 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 ba, this next guy, and then they bring up a really big intro, and then there's somebody like Todd Barry who comes in, he's like, "Hey, y'all doing good?" Like it's a letdown. So you have that music, and I'm like, "Bah, bah." And then I'm just like, "Hey, what's up, man? Comedy Cellar. It's You can't maintain it. You can't maintain the excitement." But anyway, yes, welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show, the fall edition, football edition. I don't know, it is Yom Kippur coming up in a couple of minutes. But I decided, let's just do a secret show. Didn't promote it or anything, and we'll see. If God strikes me down, we'll know there's trouble. But yes, this is hello, Marcy. Oh, right. I filled out a thing today. I wanted to send you something. I just couldn't make it to the post office. Anyway, Comedy Cellar, best comedy club in the country. And Dov Davidoff is there tonight if you happen to be in New York City. Also, Steve Byrne is there. And I don't know him very well, but I am very good friends, as I had on our Billy Joel podcast, with Joel Osborne, who opens for him all the time. And that guy, I can't wait to have him on this show. In fact, we should have him on remote.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Australia, though. So what time? You know him?
I know that he opens for Steve. I've never met him, but I know who he is.
Oh, he's so nice and cool and funny. And what if it's 6:00 now? What time is it in Australia? 7 a.m.
Let me see.
I remember we had him do something, and he was kind enough to wake up at 7 a.m. while we were taping at 5 p.m. Oh, so maybe it's like 8 a.m. Maybe he could come on.
It's currently 9 a.m. in Australia right now.
Well, that's perfect. He could do the show then.
Yeah, it's not too.
Well, that'd be fun. Oh, I'll pencil him in on the. I think actually I'll do it right now, so I remind myself. Joel Osborne, great guy, great accent, and his wife is a pretty good magician, but she hangs out with other magicians that are awful. Remember, I saw that night by the Cellar, which was goddamn awful. We went for her.
Oh, that's right.
She was good. The rest of them were just, that place sucks.
And they're so cocky.
I know. Where do they get off being cocky? It's embarrassing. Unless you're like the best of the best, and even if you're the best, you're still kind of a jerk.
Hey, look, I found a quarter. Shut up.
The worst part is I love that shit. That's why I was so angry at it. Like I like magic. I like magic, and I like when they do it close up, and I like when they do it good, but I hate the long intros. I hate it when they think they're funny. And that's what happened with this guy, the host of the show right next to the Comedy Cellar at this place on Monday Night Magic, is a cocky bastard who is not funny. And, these guys, they think they're funny, and they think, oh, I could be a comedian, but they are not. It's like, here's a great example. My sister and I took my sister to see some soap opera stars talk at Governors in Long Island about a year, just before COVID, I guess. And a lot of times these the last soap opera stars, I think only from General Hospital is the only one left, sometimes go on the road and just talk. And my sister and I went there at 1:00 in the afternoon, and we got there a little late because of traffic. It was in Long Island. Hello, Angela. Happy holidays. And we got there a little late, and I hear screams coming from the showroom, and I'm like, oh, they must have an opening act on. But no, they started right on time. The place was packed. 1:00 on a Sunday, packed with most people even older than me, women and men, mostly women. And I've never seen anything like this in my life. And the funny thing was, my sister and I walked in, and we sat at the owner's table, thank goodness. And my sister was like, started to laugh at what they were saying, and I didn't understand what was happening. And she was like, ha, ha. And I'm like, what? Wait, you understand what he's talking about? This guy was a guy and a girl, and it was as if they were speaking another language because the audience was roaring with laughter. And he was telling a story about trying to get into the Lincoln Tunnel, and the crowd was going crazy. And it was the worst, story I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But there's no way that he can't believe that he could go into a comedy club and kill it. But the audience is people that still watch soap operas. And like I said, I think there were people mostly in their 60s. And the owner told me that they like to come really early, like, 11:30 and eat because they don't want the stars to see them eating, which is hilarious. Because they're not thin women.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, there's nobody as attractive as a soap opera star there. I would say my sister was probably the thinnest girl there, which was a big thing. In fact, she took a picture with one of the stars. I'll get it for you. I have it somewhere, and she looks like she could have been the soap opera star. I mean, it was a major compliment because the soap opera star looks okay, but she's older too. Marcy's like, I'm thinking about Anonymous and Aunt Judy aren't participating because of the holiday. That is correct. Anonymous for sure. Aunt Judy might have COVID.
Oh no.
My mother just told me. She's checking. I don't think they do. And the worst part is I just saw her on Thursday, so that sucks. But when they went to Rosh Hashanah to our cousin that owns the New Jersey Devils, they went to his house. Apparently his dad just got COVID, so they're checking. I'm assuming, I'm sure I don't have it. I have no symptoms whatsoever, except for my constant headaches. But I really believe that's all dehydration and the way I eat. What?
I was just thinking it's a dumb thing, and my loss of taste and smell. But I didn't say it out loud. I just said it in my head and laughed at it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Plus, I lost my taste. Right, my taste and my sense of smell. But I don't have any symptoms other than that. Other than headaches and coughing and spitting up. What's funny? I've been trying to take apple cider vinegar. I heard that's good for you, so I take like a tablespoon and I put it in a glass. I put honey in it, and I just take a tiny bit of hot water and I drink it. I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week. And today I just threw up from it. It did the opposite effect. I think. I don't know. It was really weird. I think maybe I was hungover. I don't know. I didn't go out last night. I had to go to a funeral last night. A friend's mom. No big deal. I love funerals. I killed it there. It was really funny. That's where I do my best work. That's how I got this show. Lenny Marcus's dad died, and I went to the funeral, and that's where Esty was like, "Oh my God, he's so funny." Me, because I'm really funny at funerals, and if there was a way to make money off that, I would do it. I'm a great Shiva guest. It's a Jewish word for, when you go to somebody's house after the funeral. So Scruffy got COVID last Monday, and the only thing keeping me home is the constant head. Uh-oh. Really? Are you kidding?
He might be. I mean, he did get COVID. I know he got COVID. But I don't
if
know
he
if
has a constant headache, that's what I keep having. I mean, I did check for it, and I didn't seem to have it. Shalom, Baruch.
He's not. Are you kidding, or that really happened?
What?
He's saying yes, but that's I don't know which question he's answering.
Oh, right. I don't know either. Oh, it's so nice to see everybody, though. I'm glad I did the show today, even if it's going to send me to whatever Jews believe hell is. But it's only for a little bit. And did you check behind the cushions? But I know, but I should I bother? I don't know with the testing. I told you if we stopped testing, then nobody would have COVID anymore. But if I just told you I was doing this from California, then everything would be fine. So let's look at it that way. Let's this is what happened in the news today. This was in the Post. Mike, you want to show picture 1? This is what's happening in New York City, which I told you, don't come here. Everything is crazy. This is an attack in the subway where these crazy girls dressed in green neon are now attacking people on the subway. Now they're going in I mean, now they're having fun with the tech, and they beat up on these girls. Like nobody died, but they stole their cell phones and stuff. It's kind of
Oh,
it's sexy on one hand, and it's really fucked up on the other hand.
it's like a real fight.
Yeah, they just punched these two 19-year-old girls. At least they picked on people their own age and size. So yeah, there's the. I mean, you see these other people just walking around, but yeah, these girls were thrown into the thing, and this is what it's like the purge. It's fucking purge. This is what's happened. It's a disaster.
Hmm.
And speaking of hilarious disasters, this next picture, there was a groom. He got married on the left. He said he's going to show. He practiced a dance for his wife, and he fell and slipped on the dance floor and ended up in the hospital like a fucking idiot. But his wife was sexy, so I showed the picture. But it's so funny. He's just that's what I'm hoping is going to happen to me on my wedding. I can picture that happening without fail. Oh, Aunt Judy's here. Just found out 5 minutes ago. Oh, you have come. Well, thanks a lot, Aunt Judy. It's the last time I go to your house. Perfect. That's great. Remember when I told you to stop hovering over me? I'm really pissed about this. This is the second time this has happened to me. I've gone over somebody's place and they told me they have COVID the next day. God damn it. Well, I'm sorry you have COVID. Hopefully you don't have any symptoms, like in the sense where it's bothering you. You already have enough problems as it is. You both have COVID? Oh, you do. You both got COVID. Well, that's just great. Are you happy now? You went to that rich guy's house? Was it worth it? Meanwhile, she took pictures of this guy's apartment in the city. It's unbelievable. Well, why wouldn't it be? He's a billionaire. But I'm mad at you guys for getting COVID. Very angry. That was something you probably shouldn't have done. But we all fall. It's like, it was Yom Kippur like this one day, and it was Rachel's birthday, and I told her I don't go out. And but Amy Schumer was having a party for her at her house, and I'm like, I gotta see where she lives. So I totally get it. I was like, I gotta see where she lives. I must see. Yeah, I guess I am. I must have spread it to everybody at work today too.
Typhoid Dave.
Spread it to everybody at the bar on Thursday. I mean, I have no symptoms. I mean, like I said, but I mean, maybe you do. Maybe the headaches or something. I don't know. God damn it, Aunt Judy. Let's look at picture 4. Let's just move on. This is the best. Megyn Kelly was so mad at the Super Bowl when she completely said J-Lo and Shakira for showing their vag at the Super Bowl. She's angry. She's like, they showed their vag. I mean, that is hilarious. I don't know why. Look how pretty Megyn Kelly is. She's prettier than those two idiots. I love Shakira. I hate J-Lo. Shakira's the greatest.
Shakira is great.
Yeah, you can have COVID and no symptoms. I know. I guess that's me. I tested a couple of weeks ago. That bar deserves to be shut down. Well, Angela, if you listen to my podcast this week, you're absolutely right. All because they didn't have the NFL package. I had to put in my Amazon Prime code, and then the whole bar got it, and they didn't get a free drink. And
really? They didn't give you a free drink?
No. And I tried to write to them, and the email came back. I'm really pissed about it. I'm going to do something. I'm still going to continue. I'm really angry. In fact, I even put it in my email. I put in the Twitter this week about the place, McClune's. Are you driving through the Midwest? What?
Tweet at them.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Tweeted that they suck. Even though I liked the place. If you saw my bonus show this week on the Patreon on the Just Go in the City, I showed the food we had. I think this is the I have the receipt. I hadn't found it. And I'll just read you what we had. Let me put the light on here. Okay, 5 beers. I thought we had 6. 5 pints of beer, pretzel sticks, nachos, wings, shrimp cocktail, buffalo shrimp. $80. In the city, that would have cost $150 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right, Angela? Well, the bartender and manager assured me that the account goes away if I'm not there. I'm going to be pissed off. But again, you should have seen the food, Mike. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, you could also sign out remotely from it too.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Shit. Damn
it. You can do it now. I mean, whenever
Speaking of food. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, let's look at number 5. This is the new thing that's coming out that Burger King is introducing in a Halloween brand. It is called the Ghost Pepper Whopper. It comes on an orange bun. It's a brilliant piece of marketing for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Really? It doesn't go away until I sign out? Shit.
It
That
it
means they're using
depends.
my.
Some will auto, but yeah, just go. Well, we'll talk about it after. But
All right.
you
Uh,
can-
this Burger King, I don't think I would eat that because I don't want to eat it on an orange bun. But a year ago, they were smart. Show picture number 6. Yeah, that's the angriest Whopper on a red bun, and yet that looks absolutely delicious. It's like, I know the bun I think is infused with like sriracha or something.
yeah,
Mm.
you don't remember this one? Sorry, I said it before I was ready to show it to you.
That's okay. I knew what you were planning. I don't know what if it's that picture of those animals. I swear to God, Mike.
No, no, it's not the animal stuff. That would have been hilarious if I did it.
Oh, the Halloween. What was that last year?
It's an older one. That's the one, the black
Oh,
bun.
well, yeah. So I guess, God,
It
I
made you
can't
poop
imagine eating
green.
that. It just doesn't look appetizing in the black. But different color buns don't work. Remember that Heinz figured that out the hard way when they made the colored ketchup, and nobody liked it. Not even children. Nobody liked purple ketchup.
Yeah, this is not.
I thought that was the greatest idea I'd ever heard, and even kids didn't like it. So that's when things are really bad. Um, why don't we go right to the slides? I don't want to stay too long today.
Gotcha.
I think that's what I'll do, and then let's look at no, we'll do that later. I'm gonna go to the slides. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, it doesn't say share screen anymore.
It says present now.
Yeah.
I just saw that right now. It's a weird update they did.
And what's weird? It says present, and then it says slides, but that's probably not what I'm looking for. They don't know I have slides.
No, but we can do a slideshow within the thing now.
Oh, it says you have no slides. So if I go to present screen, that's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Got it. Let's go to the videotape. All right, I got the slides going, and it was a weird week where I don't know. I think I downloaded them. I keep enlarging them so we can all see them. This is the Japan Prime Minister state funeral, and thanks, Marcy. Thank you. This is the guy who was assassinated, the Prime Minister of Japan. They had his funeral, and this is what I want for mine. Is what I'm saying. I want all of this. I want it to be huge because, like I said, I went to the funeral for my friend's dad yesterday, and I don't want this. Yeah, this. I was like, who the fuck ordered? I was furious. I'm like, do not have this at my funeral. This is disgusting. What the fuck is this? And somebody told me it was lentils, and of course they're all left over because it's gross. And then I found out that his wife got it. She goes, "Oh, I ordered that." I'm like, "Well, when I said who's the asshole who, what I meant was."
It was the dumb broad.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. I think I used those exact terms. Yeah. It
probably looked better when it was delivered, but it does look horrible now because there was dolmas and hummus.
By the time I got there, everything was finished anyways. Furious. And this is, there was a big typhoon in the Philippines that nobody's talking about. Not the Hurricane Ian. This was a typhoon in the Philippines. And I love this picture because it looks like they are this is what people in Florida should just be aware. Don't rebuild. Look at these people. It's a typhoon. They're having the time of their life. This is what they're used to. Look at these kids swimming in the water. Like, hey, this is fun. And they're all on the roof having a good. Nobody looks unhappy. Look, he's eating. It's like, get with the program. Everything's going to be destroyed, so don't build them that big. Like just
the kid on the right doesn't look like she's having a blast. But
ooh, this one,
the one in the white next to her.
Oh, this kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she's maybe. Well, she's just too young. She doesn't understand how great this day is. She's going to the pool. I like this one too because in fact, are they talking to each other? Her and her? Is it walkie talkies?
Yeah, they're like, "Have you found mom yet?"
Yeah.
Like, no.
I don't know why this just looks cozy. I don't know what my problem is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. It looked like fun. This is a boat pile up after Ian, and I'm like, are we supposed to feel bad for people that have boats? I don't know. I don't have a boat.
I thought that was from Speed too.
No, I thought it was from Forrest Gump, where they have that hurricane and all the boats line up, and that gets them to be the big shrimp captain that he is. Because that's what it was. Remember, that's what happened in the hurricane, and it stopped all the shrimp boating industry except for this one boat, thanks to Lieutenant Dane.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in Sanibel Island, Florida. Of course, all these places they're saying these horrible things happen, I've never heard of in my life. And they're like, oh, Sanibel Island is done. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I've never heard of these places. So it's just kind of weird. But this is one of the places that had it. This is cattle in the thing. But how fake does this look? Tell me it doesn't look like a Matisse painting.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
This is an actual photo after Ian. And it's these trees over here look like they're painted in. It's unbelievable, right? This really is a great painting. You could stare at this for hours.
I like the dogs laying down.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I never noticed before. And so these are kids playing in the waves in Cuba after Ian. There's big waves. See, these guys get it. Let's have some fun. I mean, those are some serious waves. That looks like a lot of laughs, even though I'm afraid of waves. Everybody knows that. When I go to the beach, I get really uptight and nervous that I'm totally going to get swept away. And every time I do, I go, remember me fondly. And this is in Venice, where, as you can see again, everybody's just like, well, what are you going to do? We live in Venice. This happens because, that whole city's a mess. It's all full of water. So they're just dealing with it. I know what happened in Ian is really bad. It's just like it just seems to keep happening and happening, where we're going to have to get to where these other places are, where they're like, just go with the flow. I mean, what can you do? And you remember this scene in Casino Royale where this building actually collapsed. Of course, that was a movie, a James Bond movie, but I don't know how those buildings don't collapse. They're old and they're all like, they have water damage all over the place. It's amazing that they're able to stay up. So how come they can stay up? Well, it's not a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of, we're doing all these natural things, but this isn't a natural one. This is a large disturbance in the Baltic Sea, which apparently it's a Russian pipeline that was sabotaged. And it's causing this disturbance. And you know what happens when you have a disturbance like that? You might go to Living Island, like H.R. Puffin stuff. The water started getting rough, but the boat belonged to a kooky old witch. See, and then it turns dark and he gets swept away and he ends up on Living Island. That's exactly what this was. Except I'm pretty sure this was on a studio lot, maybe. That's Jack Wild. He was in H.R. Puffin stuff. He was my hero growing up. He was also the Artful Dodger in Oliver, which he might have been nominated for an Oscar. And then, of course, he played, Jimmy and H.R. Puffin stuff. And he's dead now. And this is what he looked like before he died. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty. I think he had a lot of drug issues.
Oh, okay.
But this is what he looked like when either Hannah or Barbara invited him to their house while they were filming H.R. Puffin stuff.
You mean Sid or Marty Krofft?
Is that what did I say?
Hannah
or Barbara. Yes. Either Sid or Marty Krofft invited him to their house. Thank you. That would have driven me crazy if everybody was like, no. And apparently he had like 12-year-old daughters, and he's like, you know what? I got to get this kid out of the house. So, because if you're that good looking and you have the accent, forget about it. They should have just
I got a magic flute. I do as I do.
Hello, love. Well, when I did Puffin stuff, it was quite. I mean, I don't know why that guy couldn't make it. He was amazing. And here is a sinkhole in Guatemala. And I mean, I don't know what the fuck is happening around the planet, but it is getting destroyed. And when you end up and there's people missing from this sinkhole. Okay, and do you know where they are?
No.
Yeah, that's where you end up when you get into a sinkhole.
The Sleestacks.
Oh, Cammy, you wouldn't have any clue. You're too young. Totally understand. Yes, there's a Sleestack, and I think Grumpy, and there's Chaka, and this girl was so pretty and so cute. I mean, she was so cute back in the day. So, what happened to her? She looks okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was taken. I don't know, 2 years ago.
yeah.
Kathleen Coleman. However, unfortunately, I guess that was a good picture because maybe she's not okay. Looks a little like Jack Wild there. I don't know what happened. This is the same year. I think it was just that was a good picture, and this one not so much. That's what she used to look like. I know
I like
everybody
she was
ages.
sharing a booth with Walker Edmiston.
The what?
That other go back to the other picture. She was sharing a booth with Walker Edmiston.
Oh, who's that?
He was one of the voices in Great Mouse Detective. He was in.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
kids
that's
show
great.
stuff.
Oh, that's so funny. And these are a couple of jerk offs that in Spain that are doing like, another torch ceremony or something, and they're wearing these protective hats and gloves. These people are doing these fire ceremonies. This is a Hindu festival in New Delhi where they're going to burn this thing. And it's like, there's so much fire shit going on. Do we really need to do this kind of stuff? Because look, if you imagine this is logs cut from wildfires in France. If they're doing that kind of stuff around here, I mean, this is a disaster. What are we doing fire shows for anymore? There's just too much fire. Yeah, I know. It looked like a photo from Lord of the Rings. You're right. This is one of my favorite photos because it was captioned in California, a launch of a spy satellite. Why would you let people know it's a spy satellite? I can't for the life of me figure that out. Shouldn't you keep that a secret? And like, oh, we're just going to do some tests. Why would you call it a spy satellite where everybody knew this just took off? Like the Russians know, everybody knows because you said, oh, we're putting up our spy satellite. I guess you could look at it the opposite way. Like, we'll know what you're up to the other countries, but seems like you should keep that to yourself. We know they're up there, but I don't know why you have to announce it. And this is that asteroid, Dimorphos, that if you heard that they put one of those rockets smack into it to see if they could change the trajectory of it. In case, not this one's no harm, but in case, those don't look up scenarios happen and there's a meteor coming to Earth, can they move it? It's really funny. They launched, if you see the video, they launched it as a tiny speck, like right here of it crashing in. I just can't imagine that's going to work because obviously something that's going to threaten the Earth is going to be even bigger. So I don't know. It just seemed funny. Plus, I feel like if this guy could talk, he'd be like, I'm just sitting here minding my own business. Like if this was Family Guy, and then all of a sudden, ouch. That's the way, of course, I think. Those look like lentils at the Shiva. They were lentils at the Shiva. Oh, they look like lentils at the Shiva. I see what you mean. I know what you're talking about now. Sorry. And of course, we love to show Fashion Week in Paris. This one, I guess that's a dude, and I don't know where they are, where this is taking place. And this is Fashion Week in Paris. I guess they're doing a new thing, and they really just have given up on. I think these are all dudes. I don't know. I miss the old days, but thank God they still have hot girls. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe that's a trans woman, but I'm turned on. But thank God this is normal. This is like the first normal woman on a fashion show we've shown in a year. It's been shown like something you could actually wear out if you're a hot girl or a very, fit man. Cammy, you're saying that this is a dude or the last one's a dude? This one's got to be a dude. You don't think this one is too, do you?
Yeah,
Mike, what do
maybe.
you think?
I mean, I think it'd be funnier if you were.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's a girl. Well, there's really no boobs. Well, a lot of models don't really have big boobs, so yeah. And this is that election that's taking place in the Ukraine, or the voting. And as you
Mhm.
can see, it's out of somebody's car, so it's such a disaster. And all I could think about, like, this looks exactly like when we, like, it would be like voting when we tailgate. My friends, I didn't get to go this Sunday or last Sunday was Rosh Hashanah, but my friends went. I missed it so much. But you usually tailgate right out of the car, you know? I mean, like, that's why it's called tailgating. And I usually have my van open, and they're just, can you imagine just being voting ballots in there while we're all drinking and having a, God damn it, doesn't this look fun? Or does it not look fun to anybody else but me?
It does look fun.
Oh, it's always such a good time, and I can't ever go again because I work on Sundays now. I guess I could take off. But see, but the colder it gets, the more less fun it is. Speaking of fun, here's your Miami Dolphins, Mike.
That was so funny.
I mean, he kicked it right into the guy's ass. Oh, I still got that van, Cammy. We call it the makeout van. You'll see. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is yeah. Can you imagine? This happened. They kicked it right into the guy's ass. And normally you would see like the Jets do it, something like this. And they actually beat the Buffalo Bills somehow, even with this incompetence. It was hilarious. I don't know how they did that. And here's Aaron Judge hitting the 61st home run. I guess they're playing right now. See if he breaks the record. He has one more day to do it. But otherwise, he tied it. And, you know, it's great because this is in Toronto and everybody was loving it. You know, it's in another city. And that's exactly what happened to Albert Pujols. He hit his 700 home run at Dodger Stadium. Now look at this crowd. He took an encore in front of the visiting team. That's how cool sometimes sports can be when it comes together, you know, like where they're rooting for this one dude, you know. Hey, Dave. Oh my God. Oh, great pie. Thank you. That's Dave Curry. He's the best. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, he liked the podcast. Oh, right. I was saying, right. If something happened to me, I was saying, Mike, if that thing with Steve Bartman years ago with the Chicago Cubs, if that happened and that was me and I ruined the Cubs' chances to go to, I was the most hated man, you know, in Chicago, I would get a job with the Marlins and be like, I've been working against you guys forever. This was my plan all along. And that's what I was saying. If I say something really racist that gets me canceled, I can't imagine at this point there'd be anything else I could say. But, you know, I'll just go work for the Ku Klux Klan or something. You know, I'll just do shows in Alabama. Be like, see, I was planning this all along. Screw you guys. That's my plan. Anyway, I just thought this was really cool when you're in another. Now, I don't think this would happen in Philadelphia, but apparently everywhere else, they're always polite to everybody. But Philadelphia fans are the worst. And this is a New Zealand rugby team. And apparently before they play, they do a haka dance before the match. I don't know whether I find this disturbing or whether I would give anything to see the New York Jets come out and do this before a game. But the best is that it just looks like a dance right out of, I mean, if they played that Indian music right out of Bend It Like Beckham, my favorite movie. When I do my course on Bend It Like Beckham for the Indian community out in Edison, New Jersey, I'll be talking about this. I love that music. I love Indian dancing. I wonder if that's what a haka is. I don't know where it stems from. Yeah, you're a Cards fan, Dave, because I know you live in Chicago area, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's a Pujols back. Yeah, isn't that fun? And he's killing it too. I wish he'd stick around and beat Barry Bonds' stupid record and have the ultimate home run record. Nobody wants that guy to have the record because he cheated. And this is our final picture for today. This is Queen Elizabeth's final resting place. How embarrassing for Philip that he's on the bottom. Oh, and there was Philip. But what threw me off, Mike, was I was looking at, you know, she's also, I think this was her father, George VI. But then it said Elizabeth here. And I'm like, wait a minute. She's buried where Elizabeth I was buried? And I'm like, wow, Elizabeth I was alive until 2002. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. I've seen movies where there's no way that could be possible. And then I looked it up and I found that Elizabeth I, she was the daughter of Henry VIII.
Yeah.
So I guess that's not her.
No, that's against her mom, right?
I guess everyone's named Elizabeth. Just a coincidence, I suppose, that he married somebody, then named his daughter Elizabeth too. Elizabeth too. See what I did there? Thank you. You know, I went to my friend Evan yesterday, who lost his dad, and I said, "Well, you're orphans now, you and your brother." And he goes, "Oh," and my sister and I have been waiting to say that we've been waiting for our mother to die so we can be like, "Well, we're orphans now." It's right out of Mr. Saturday Night. And if you remember, Mike, when I went to see it, I told Billy Crystal, I'm like, "You forgot my favorite line. We're
Yeah.
orphans now." And he didn't remember. I went again to see if he put it in the play. He didn't put it in the play. But yeah, that's my favorite line. But I guess they liked their mother or something. So that's the part we can't figure out. When our dad died, we said we're orphans now just because we can't wait. My brother's going to live to be 100. It's awful.
Real quick. Oh, sorry. The haka is a Maori posture dance.
What'd you? Oh, the haka is a what?
Maori. It's a Maori tribal dance, basically.
What's Maori?
It's a tribe of indigenous people.
Oh, how delightful. All right, so let's show what we did football-wise this week. I did crappy again, although I did have my best bet, but we all had that, which was San Francisco. As you can see, I did the worst. Mike and Nick did great, and you guys kicked ass, even though Cammy's Tampa Bay pick was a nightmare. The Dolphins was a disaster because Tua was out. I was watching that game Thursday. I don't even want to talk about it. I love the Falcons. The way the Ravens covered, even though the Bills came back. I couldn't believe that. I can't believe the Lions didn't. I don't know why they were favored. That's a problem. Just let me just see a couple. Eagle, right? Oh, the Jets, huh? Me and you guys picked the Jets. I can't believe they won, let alone covered. I never would have picked the Cardinals. You guys did. And Kansas City and San Francisco was my favorite bet. There was once I saw they were at -2.5, Mike, against the Super Bowl champs. I'm like, somebody knows something, because I guarantee everybody was like, "No, you got to pick the Rams." Why are they? How can that be? So that was an easy one. So let's go to. I'll share my screen again, and let's make the picks because it's super fun, right? Or do you guys hate it? I know me and Mike like it, but what?
So let's make these picks.
Let's make the picks. Where they play. For pay. All right, let's start it off with Thursday night's game, which is a bag of crap. I would never give 3.5 points to the Broncos, so I will totally. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I will take the Colts. Mike?
Colts.
Right? I don't know what Nick's picks yet are. You guys, do you like the Broncos or the Indianapolis Colts? I will wait for your decision. I will move on in the meantime. Now, this game, the Green Bay Packers, New York Giants, I was supposed to go to. It's in London. I think my friends are going, but they were bringing people I didn't like. So but that was before I got my job. I see Denver and Colts. That's not going to help anybody. Mike, what should I pick on that one?
For them, let's wait till one more person votes. Andrew is already picking Green Bay for the next one.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
I think New York, and that's what they're going with for the. I don't know this. They're all over the place so far.
All right, well, that's all right. I'm going to go with the Giants. I hate picking the Giants.
Denver. They're going for Denver. I'm sorry.
They're going for Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Giants in this London pick because Green Bay showed me nothing. And although I really don't like the Giants, 7.5, Green Bay shouldn't be favored against anybody by that many, as we saw last week against the Patriots, where Aaron Rodgers almost lost to a rookie quarterback, a third string rookie quarterback. So I'm going Giants. I wish I was going to that. I didn't want to go to the game. I just wanted to go to London with the boys. That would have been fun. Mike, what do you think?
Giants. They're saying Giants too.
Remember, it's in London. I don't know whether it makes a difference. Then we have the Bills -14 over the Steelers. So last week, the Steelers bought in their new guy, and I was like, oh my God, why is everybody better than Zach Wilson? because the kid came in, he scored a touchdown, but he's new. I think. See, that's a lot of points, and I think they always have trouble against Pittsburgh, but they're due for a blowout game because they've had close ones the past two. Mike, what do you think? Oh, bye, Dave. Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh again.
I think I have
I've
to go
gotten
with it too.
everything
It's too
wrong
many
with those
points.
two teams, so I
I
got.
know it's too many points. It's too many points. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I hate it. I hate it though. I don't know. Can that guy be good 2 weeks in a row? Is he the new second coming? And why does Pittsburgh always choose well and the Jets can't? What is everybody else saying here? I see Bills.
Oh, they're going all the way Bills.
All Bills. Oh, this one's my favorite pick of the week. The Chargers over the Browns. I have no problem with that. I get even an injured, whatever that kid's name is, Justin Herbert, is better than everyone else. The guy just keeps on winning. Okay, he lost to the Jaguars because he was really in right. But then totally beat the Texans, and they should have lost that game. The Browns stink. I'm going Chargers, Mike.
I'm gonna go Chargers as well.
And we'll see what everybody else has coming up. Here's the Texans. I'm picking the Texans here too because it's too many points, and they're not playing awful. And the Jaguars aren't playing awful either. So if there's that many, oh, is Herbert out? Do you know, Brooke? Is he out? That would change. Yes, that would change everything. We don't know. All right. Well, everybody's saying the Browns, so I'll give you guys the Browns. But I didn't know if he was out or not. I guess that would definitely change. Marcy's going Jags. That's crazy. I'm taking the Texans. What about you, Mike?
Texans.
I'm just taking the points. I don't know whether they'll win. I mean, both of those teams are awful, but they don't. But they seem to be in the games. They just keep losing. This is good. The Bears were so horrible last week against the Giants. That's why you can't trust the Giants either. This was a horrible team. But the Vikings just can't seem to put it together either. This is a really tough one. The Vikings should be blowing out teams. They're not. I got to pick the Chicago Bears. Fuck it. Pissed about that.
I'm going Bears too just because of the points.
Yeah, you got to take the points. Baruch says the Bears. Then we have the Patriots. I don't know what's happening. The Lions. I don't. I'm taking the Lions. They gotta. They're playing so well. They just have no defense, and they're playing against a kid. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking. Although now that I think about it, isn't Matt Patricia back on the Patriots? He probably wants to beat the Lions heavily. Oh damn it, that's tough. Maybe I should take the Patriots.
I don't know. I'm gonna go Patriots just because they're playing at home.
Yeah, I know. What I'm seeing Patriots. I'm seeing Lions. What's the consensus over there, Mike?
Patriots.
Sorry, Cammy. Consensus is the Patriots. We only go to you for sure when it's Tampa. You're all saying Patriots at home. Maybe I should change my bet. No, I won't. Oh God. Okay, so the Saints. I don't know what they're doing. I found out Jameis Winston was out, so I changed my pick last week. Right, that was the Vikings one, which won, but they were very close, which I don't understand. They played in London. All right, so they're coming back from London, and then they're playing the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks, I don't know what happened last week. I hate Geno Smith. I hate it. I love that you're multitasking, Cammy. I hate Geno Smith, but I got to take these points because the Saints suck.
Yep.
You're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know who to pick. So I'm gonna
Geno
go
Smith too. I mean, Geno Smith stinks, but yeah, you got to take the points. I'm taking the Jets. I don't have any problem with plus 3.5. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think 2 is playing, so I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I hope it does. Mike, taking your Dolphins.
I'm gonna stay with the Dolphins again. Not even my team. I just pick them all the time.
It's funny. What's everybody else playing? Brian's in the Saints. Sorry, we didn't see it in time. We'll wait for everybody's on that. I am taking the Falcons here plus the points. Falcons are just like the Texans and the Jaguars. They keep it close. And Brady's not Brady. Cammy is saying the Jets. I'll go with Cammy's pick. Yeah. She's not taking the Bucks this time. I'll go with Cammy's pick again because she's not taking the Bucks. Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the Falcons as well.
Thank you, Marcy. Marcy everybody took the Jets. Makes me very happy. This is a really tough one too. Titans played really well last week, but not awesome, and the Commanders stink. Maybe Titans got it back together. I don't know. It's tough at home. I think this is they played in Tennessee last week. Mike, you go first.
Have the Commanders won it all this season?
I think they won their first game, but I'm not positive. Marcy's saying Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with Commanders.
I feel like that's the right move, and like they're due to win. And Tennessee's not great, but they won against a horrible Colts team.
Yeah, if the points were more, I'd go for the Titans.
I can't pick them. I can't pick the Commanders. They just, I don't know. This is a really tough one too, because I love the 40. I like Garoppolo, and I was very confident, but he doesn't seem to play well on the road. It's just too many points. But the Panthers really do stink. Although they lost to the Cardinals this week, and the Cardinals stink. Marcy's saying San Fran. Baruch's saying 49ers. Yeah, all right. I'll go 49ers too. Mike?
Yeah, I am agreeing with that.
Yeah, it's they got to win by a touchdown. They probably will, but I don't know. Sometimes that Panthers defense is okay. And here's the Cardinals, the Eagles. I'm going definitely the Eagles. The Cardinals stink. They won their game. They're really bad. I usually never bet against them in the desert, but the Eagles are on fire.
Yeah, Eagles for sure.
I'm going to assume everybody in the chat room is picking the Eagles. We'll wait. So here is the alleged Super Bowl champs. Well, they're not alleged. They just really aren't very good this year. And the Cowboys aren't very good, but they keep winning. They just beat the Commanders. I see mostly Eagles. Even Aunt Judy says Eagles with her COVID. This is a really tough one. The Cowboys aren't playing. In fact, they're 3-0 with Cooper Rush. I'm going to take the Cowboys in the points.
I was going to do Cowboys. I think they're going to win.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make the points.
Yeah. Cool. And Baruch saying the Rams. I'll wait for one more to make sure. Oh, there's the Cowboys. March says Cowboys. Let's see if we can. We'll wait it up. We'll come back to 2 Cowboys.
Yeah, Scruffy goes Cowboys.
All right, I'll go Cowboys for you guys. Here's the Bengals and the this is a tough one too. The Ravens just keep getting shit on. It's really messed up. They can't hold a lead, and they're favored by 3. Or did I get that wrong? I might have gotten. You know what? I'm not positive if I got that. If that's, I think I got it wrong. I get the feeling they're plus, but if they're favored, then I want the Bengals. Maybe that's right. I don't know. Scruffy says Bengals. Baruch says Ravens at home, but I'm sorry. We always have to give it to Marcy when it comes to the Bengals. Baruch, sorry. Mike, what do you think on this one? I like that. I find that very attractive.
What's that?
Cammy's way ahead. I like
that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ravens just so it's different.
Yeah, smart move. Yeah. I could see the Bengals coming back. The Ravens just like they do all season and stuff. And this one, yeah. The Raiders aren't putting it together very well. Definitely Kansas City. No problems. Mike?
Yeah, Kansas City. I think they're getting their stuff together.
And, since Cammy came in really early, we'll go Kansas City. And there it is, folks. Week 5, where they play for pay. Well, another fun show, another bunch of picks in the books. I'm very excited for next week, Mike. I love Molly Heckerling. I love her a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's great, and she makes puppets.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool?
She's like a nice version of Chuck Connors in Tourist Trap.
In what?
In Tourist Trap.
Tourist Trap.
It's the one where he has all the mannequins that he telekinetically.
Oh, God, I don't remember that. In fact, do you remember they had on that Svengoolie had the Trilogy of Terror on last Saturday? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
With Karen Black with the little tribe Indian guys under her bed and stuff.
Yeah.
That was always scary as a kid, but also brilliant at the same time because it's all stop motion and stuff and fun. Oh, good, Marcy. You like when Molly's on too. Yeah, I'm really excited about her. Um, I feel like years ago on an old Saturday Night Live when Buck Henry used to be on. He used to be on once a year, and the gag they would always do is that he was so boring. They would always They would always roll a scroll while he was talking, doing the opening monologue. I'll never forget as a kid, watching it. I thought it was so funny because number one, that he let it happen, that he was cool enough to let something like that happen. That he wasn't taking the spotlight. He didn't mind if it was taken away. And I'll never forget, this must have been in 1977, that they were doing the scroll and they're saying Buck is boring, so we're doing this scroll. And they're like, we're really excited about next week when our guest is Carrie Fisher. And then they just started showing scenes from Star Wars and he's in a little tiny box on the right-hand corner. And I never laughed so hard. I thought that was the funniest thing. Here are some scenes. And it was so funny. And you always realize, like, not only is he a good sport, but he's also in all the samurai sketches and stuff. And, then this guy, he wrote The Graduate, Buck Henry. He wrote Heaven Can Wait. And he also, co-stars in that with Warren Beatty and James Mason. And then when he was older and, almost, really old, he wrote that movie with Nicole Kidman, To Die For. So the guy was just like a really good writer, and he wrote all the way until his like 70s and stuff, and always had a good plan. He was a very interesting guy. And almost like
serendipity.
Almost like a Saturday Night Live cast member, because he was on like Steve Martin. He was on once or twice a year. I think he was always there. What?
Yeah, he did 10 appearances in 5 years.
He was on twice a year.
Yeah.
So like Steve Martin, he was like, if Steve Martin, is almost considered a cast member because, he was just always on. And why wouldn't he be? He's so fucking good. And that Only Murders in the Building is terrific if you haven't seen it. They just finished season 2 and they get ready for season 3 with Sir Paul Rudd. And it's really good. It's funny. Yesterday I was at that funeral. It's in Montclair, New Jersey. It was. So they were telling everybody, oh, he's going to be teaching at the school. And I was, it's the problem is I get so into it, and I'm talking to this one person, and I'm just like, no, see, and the thing is, and I'm like, oh, I'm talking too much. I got to relax. But if I can get that enthusiasm, you know what I should, on my podcast this week, if you listen to Just Get Out in the City, Sarah Silverman wrote a recommendation for me, and it's really funny, and I'll read it on the podcast next week. So definitely listen to Just Get Out in the City or join Patreon, and then you can see it or see a lot of these pictures where I was talking about on the show because it's fun, I guess, sometimes. That's a good reason to join, and it helps me with my gambling addiction. So, Mike, where are you going to be this week?
This week,
not see you.
I'll be in San Antonio. I'll be at the Laugh Out Loud with Vladimir Carmano.
Hey, cool. You hear that Attell was on Joe Rogan last week. He was in Austin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he told me it was, he's like, oh, those podcasts are not for me. We talked for 3 hours. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, yeah, that's the worst podcast for him. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Look at this. The best $10 I spend a month after wine at my house. You're so kind. You're so kind. That's why I got you that thing I'm sending you. I already have it in the envelope and everything. I thought my boss was going to take it to the post office, but it was a miserable day here in New York City. I slipped yesterday on a sidewalk that's really slippery on 57th, where all the big stores are, and they make the sidewalks really like nice concrete slabs, but they're slippery, and my shoes slip. They're waterproof, but they slip, and I cut my knee. I fell down like an old person. It was really embarrassing. I fell forward, thank goodness, because I slipped right down one of those the wheelchair things,
Mm-hmm.
And I slid right down, and I cut my knee open. It was really bad. But I got up instantly because I was embarrassed, but there was nobody behind me because it was so late, but I thought somebody was. I just kept walking. This happens to me all the time. I know. And that's what happened when I get hit by a car. A couple years ago, the guy ran over my foot, and I just got right up and walked away. And I was, because the instinct just tells you that it's too embarrassing to sit there and lie there. But I was technically sober. Maybe I wasn't that sober. I guess I had a couple of drinks. Maybe got a little high. I can't remember. But it's just so annoying because it's just like it was windy and rainy, and I was just wearing like my suit jacket, and it just sucks. I parked the car in the garage, and then I still got to walk home. It's so annoying. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything going on. My life is really weird right now. But Mike will be at, say it again, San Antonio.
Yes, the Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio.
Laugh Out Loud in San Antonio. That's right, Angela. They're lost, Mike. That's true.
Oh, thanks.
Well, we'll do our own Skank Fest, and we'll call it something PC. Wait, I was trying to convert our names together. Just Gavez. Swarkow. The Swarkow Festival. I think Tim Dill's looking for a new producer. Anyway, so Mike, good luck with the show this week. I'm seeing Billy Joel on Sunday with Gary Goldman.
That's
Sir
awesome.
Gary Goldman has invited me to go to another MSG show, Marcy. I think I told you. So very excited to see. And he said, wear a jacket and tie. I'm kidding. He did not say that. He said, no, he wouldn't have. He's like, make sure you wear a suit. What? I got to go. But he said the tickets are awesome. I'm going to assume they are because I think they have the same manager. So obviously I will report back next week, seeing the residency for the second time in a completely different way than we saw it last time in the cheap seats. That's no, I don't want to make fun of Steve Mandel, who was awesome at getting those tickets, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I thought the guy at the night show was going to, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But, and then I'm going backstage to meet Billy Joel, and then see his, wife and kids. I'm kidding. Again, I don't think that would happen, but maybe do the podcast late. You mean like when I come home, Marcy? Nah, because I gotta go to work the next day. It sucks. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how we'll see how it all works out, but it should be fun either way. And next week's gonna be just a great time because Molly will be with us and she is just so terrific. So anyway, thanks you guys for joining us on this secret show we cannot tell my mother about. And anybody that is celebrating tonight, happy Yom Kippur. Otherwise, I'll see everybody next week when we have Molly on. And Mike, you have a great week as well. Good night, everybody.